Hoo-wee. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Um, we're back with a surprise in between, which we literally said we would do yesterday. So it's not a surprise, but it's about the surprise project that we did yesterday, which was a surprise. And our intention was to try and get it done because of Mary's impatience. I just want to say, because she was like, "Oh, I need this. I need this game more than anything else in my life right now." Now I know exact words, but the energy was, "Hey, um, there's a team at work that she wants to use the game, and she wants to get it done."
There's a team I want to impress.
There you go, and we need to get it done so that they can use it in time. And so I got a message from Mary, a text, late in the night, saying, "I need to work on this," and then I said, "Do it." And then she sent a message much later saying that sort of my principles were that we want to code on stream, and that kind of thing might get in the way of kind of the instant sort of hit that you want from coding more, um, and but you have to wait to stream it. And then I said, "Wait, do it meant do it now." I would, I meant you should absolutely. I think I've even said it before here. Maybe not in the context of immediateness, but I did say that the urge to do something sometimes is so precious that you don't want to miss out on it. Though I did say that in the context of you wanting to do in between streams and maybe getting a little. However, um, is there anything you want to add or remove or rebut from this from this retelling, Mary?
Well, it was late in the evening, and some of us have lives.
I don't I don't know what that means. I don't know. Can you clarify precisely what you're trying to
Well,
imply?
okay. By that I mean I was like, oh, I should still go to bed at a reasonable time, and you were like, it's
Who
Saturday.
decides who decides now that you're 51 years old? Who decides what is and isn't reasonable for you?
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah.
like
So
why do we have these constraints, these chains that the
I
world has
know
put on us on when our nap time should be, when we need to
this
eat,
is this
and
is a good
when we
point.
need to sleep.
This is a good
So
point because recently, mostly because of my braces situation, I started eating just at random times, like whenever I'm hungry.
mm,
Okay, breakfast aside, like I usually eat something in the morning, but other than that, I'm just like, lunch, who cares? you know, it's like
yeah,
when I'm hungry, I'll eat. So, I mean, maybe sleep is
when I want to
sleep.
code, I'm gonna when I want to vibe code specifically. But going back to my principles, in some fairness to Mary, very little fairness, like literally, like very little thin, like sliced thin fairness to Mary, I did say early on many times that every line of code I want to be like, that was one of my goals, is anytime we have to code, I would like every line of code to be on stream. And that's been true. Um, that's been true. And I've been fairly content with that. And but me, like, once, I mean, I'm a loose person. I change my principles based on my feelings. Not regularly, but every so often. However, there is a loophole here, specifically with what we did yesterday. We did not write any lines of code yesterday. In fact, I didn't write any lines of code yesterday at all. I did not even write any. I yelled out prompts, but I didn't write any prompts. I didn't type out and submit any prompts either yesterday. So alongside, like, so I think this is a very good case of where you should feel what you want to do despite what my stated goals were. regardless of what my stated goals were. This isn't like, I don't know, this isn't some hierarchy. This is you're a free person.
Oh, thanks. I feel like there's also like I think there's also a part of me that's like when if I do stuff, before coming on stream, then I have to explain myself when I do come on stream on what happened off
No problem.
off stream, I guess. And
Oh, I see it.
I'm not very good at recalling what happened.
Then you can just roll with it. Just you should start off by saying, "Hey, I'm not getting very good at recalling what happened, but something happened. Let me show
Sure.
you Let me show you the outcome." All right. Having said all that, what are we doing next? What did we do
What did we do?
after these things were said? What did we do?
Well, I learned that you were doing your own like vibe coding, right? Did you do any like actual coding along with the vibe
No,
coding? No.
no lines of code written. So what I had done yesterday, after we ended the stream briefly, I had stated on stream that I wanted to go to the gym, which I did want to do. But I had assumed that one of the gyms that was available to me was open 24/7, but it's only open 24/7 on certain days, not every day. And Friday is not one of the days. So I was like, okay, the other Good Life I can go to is like really far. And then, so I was like, maybe tomorrow. And then out of curiosity, I thought, hey, let me practice sort of this pattern of prompting and try and see what Claude Code would do. With what I think I had originally intended was um, uh, to use that Nux template and then build off top of that, even in Replit. But that's what I get to do in Claude Code because it just works off of my terminal. So, and then the first prompt I gave it was please record all the prompts in a prompt.md file. So all my prompts here are recorded just in case, just out of curiosity, I was like, if I want to share them or look back at them. But yeah, so last night I did come up with sort of like a very good starting point of the complete game, but very possibly the ending point. Honestly, like I didn't feel like I needed to work on it anymore either. Um, so that's my side of the story. What's your side of the story?
Yeah, I got the message. When did I get the message? Just before midnight that you finished like your proof of concept, and I was like, oh man, okay.
Because some of us don't have lives, like Mary said. Some of us have no lives. Message heard loud and clear, no worries. So I like right at midnight, I'm like, I did it. I did it on and off. I didn't just sit there from like 8 to midnight. I was kind of like, I'd send a prompt, do something else, come back, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I pretty much did that this morning. Like across 3, maybe 3, 4 hours. I'm not sure. Like
Okay.
I would like go to my computer, like write something, walk away. Sometimes I would sit here for a little bit and like do some other research. Like there have been some instances where I'm like, oh, like this feels like something I can just fix in the code itself, like some spacing stuff, for example.
Oh, so you did write code yourself then?
I edited a few lines.
That's editing code is writing code. So you did write code. All right.
I used like all of my month like credits on Replit.
Oh, you only get like limited credits?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think it depends on like the tier of plan, but like you get a certain number of credits, and then afterwards it's like pay as you go, kind of based on usage, which is fine. But I was like, oh, I guess this is how much there is in a month, so like if you don't go over. So that also gave me a sense of like, I don't know, just how many iterations the number of credits get you.
Right, what you would have available. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Are you ready to share it?
Yeah. Do we care about the process?
What do you mean the process?
Like how it
The
got here?
prompts?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I think once I'm most curious to see what the product itself looks like. And then the second part of it is curious on what your prompting experience was like.
Yeah.
Oh, so you did pursue your dreams.
I pursued some of my dreams.
Okay.
um, so this is like I think this is the only like out of scope thing that I couldn't resist trying to add.
No,
Which
that's exactly the next step that you'd want to do once we were done the base.
yeah, which is submission type. So it's either text or image upload.
Can you click the drop down, please? I just want to see what it. Oh, you're sharing your window. It doesn't show the drop down.
Oh,
Yeah, so you might have clicked on it before. It wasn't clear to us. You have
do
to.
I
Yeah.
need to share my tab? Is that
Yeah, you could try sharing your tab to see if that's a better experience.
no?
No, you would have to share your entire screen.
My entire screen is too large.
In that case, I'd say if it's not necessary for us to see the drop downs, like I think if this is the only drop down, really, it's not a big deal. So we can.
Maybe. I think there are other drop downs. Hold on. Maybe let me share my entire screen and just like increase.
I have zero drop downs in my app, Mary.
Oh, really?
I actually don't know. I have no idea. I don't remember.
Let me try. Oh God.
It's my favorite view. You might have to enlarge the text. Yeah, that's nice. At least for me, that's nice.
Okay. Maybe I'll go through the stuff with drop downs first and then go back to normal. So you can create a new game. Let's call it. I'm gonna call it sales team game because that's who we're building for.
Yeah, yeah.
Create game.
Can we see the drop down? Okay, maybe not.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. All right, got it. Cool. I'm just curious. Like you told me, it was very clear. I was just wanted
You
to
can't see it?
I can now. Now it's perfect.
So when you create a new game, it will show up on the top of the list, and then you can go to view to go to the link. You can submit guesses. Oh, not guesses, submissions. What did I have today? I had a croissant. And then if you go back to here, it will reflect the number of submissions. And as the host, you can have controls over like the title, the stage. You can remove submissions.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe let's put in a few more submissions. What did you have today?
Just coffee.
What? Didn't you go out?
I'm
today?
not a.
How do you?
I'm not a breakfast person. I actually did end up going to the gym in the morning.
Okay. Let's go back. Maybe we should. I'll just quickly add some random.
Yeah, you do need at least.
water.
Because with two, it's. I still guess a game with two. Although if you're one of the submissions, then it's.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, let's add. How many do we want? Like maybe 5?
Yeah. Sure. I mean, 5 is good.
Well,
I just want to be clear if anyone's watching, which is that in reality, the breakfasts are far more elaborate.
Yes.
And people have commas and ampersands and ands and.
So when I refresh the link,
Mhm.
it doesn't like it. So
Can you refresh it again, please? Interesting. Okay.
I'm not sure why, and I'm not sure how to. I guess I can try to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess for now, let's finish. Let's say Josh had a samosa. Looks funny.
Classic breakfast.
Yes. All right. So now we have 5 submissions, and the host can then. This is the other drop down. I guess this doesn't need to be a drop down. It can be like a radio.
Hmm.
I guess the other drop down also can be a radio. Now that I'm looking at it, so they can move it to guessing, and they can hit update game to update it. I guess while I'm here, I can also be like, oh, I actually want to capitalize sales because they are a big deal. And it gets updated. And now
Right.
we are in the guessing stage. So this link would then be shared with everybody who's guessing. And then the idea is that you can enter your name first. So if I am somebody who has already submitted something, if I enter my name, my entry disappears
Oh, interesting. Okay.
so that I'm not getting a point for free. And
Yeah, I didn't account for that in my.
oh,
Although it did come up, the AI did mention it.
I should have done that later for impact. But
Should have done what later for impact?
I should have showed that part later, but oh well.
For what impact? Wait, explain yourself.
because,
What?
Because you might have not expected it. I don't know.
No, I wasn't expecting it actually.
Okay. And then if you are somebody who did not submit something, let's say you. Oh, I suck at coming up with names. Monica. Then nothing changes here. Trying to make sure that the shuffling is happening. I'm not paying full attention. Anyway, and then I don't know if I want to submit many guesses. Maybe we need to for the reveal stage, but before we do that, just to show like manage submissions are here, like, and this is what I was thinking about is like, oh, like what if somebody like submit something accidentally, so having at least some way for the host to remove an entry could be good. And maybe guesses doesn't need to be removable, but I added that anyway. So maybe for the sake of demoing, how many guesses do we need? Okay, I'm just gonna quickly make this. I think, is this shuffling? I feel like the players are not shuffling.
If you go back, maybe, and then
This feels like the order that. Okay. Yeah, the players are not shuffling. Breakfast are.
But the breakfasts are.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's.
Yeah, it serves a purpose.
Yeah.
You're unhappy. You wanna give more prompts. You're like, I need to give it. I know you're gonna fix that for sure. So, but I would debate. It's not. I would.
It's not.
Right now, I'd be like, ship it. If we were doing this together, I'd be like, Mary, ship it.
Doing this
No, stop. I'd be like, stop, Mary, stop. No, we're not, because we didn't do it together. Remember?
That's true. We did the first part together.
True.
Okay, let's do one more. And I am happy about the breakfasts getting shuffled, because at some point it was getting weird in that, like, oh, I like that the name gets disabled when you start doing stuff. I did not ask it to do that. Wait, can I? Is it disabled? Am I crazy? Hold up. Oh, it's not disabled. It just looks. I don't know why. Okay, whatever. Submit 5 guesses. Okay, let's stop here. And then as a host, you can move it to the results and leaderboard. stage. You hit update. Some weirdness happening here. I'm not sure why the number of submissions and guesses are not showing. Yeah, there's been a I'm not sure what's going on, but like sometimes I have to refresh to get the numbers.
Yeah.
And then finally, at the results and leaderboard stage, you can start the results reveal. So you have the leaderboard on the left side, and the current person's guess what they guessed and how many they got correct on the right hand side. And I'm
Interesting.
getting a
Okay.
little bar, which I did not ask for either. But the next reveal, it's going in the order of, I think, submission. So whoever submitted first, I think, or it should be. But now I'm wondering if it's actually in the order of correctness.
Well, it's hard to tell because there's a few points of confusion I have here where, oh, I see. Because Mary, oh no, that's fine. That's fine. Um,
Yeah, so in
yeah,
this case,
yeah.
like, because Mary submitted something, it's calculating based out of out of 4.
Yeah, yeah.
The thing is, at some point, it was going in the order of like highest score first, and I told it to not do that, and it fixed it. But maybe at some point it reverted to that.
Or it just happens. Like this is like, I mean, we only have one use case here, so we don't have any proof that that is the case.
Well, we have the timestamp of
Oh, we do. Okay.
the guesses. Okay, so I guess it was going in the order. Okay, it just happened to be.
Yeah, yeah. You always have to question everything. Like, you know what? Especially when you're debugging, because then the path you pursue, like this, that's time gone, and it's so. This comes up at many work instances. I don't want to say at work because it comes up. It's come up at like where you see one clue, and you're like your heart and your brain really want to say, "We got it. We did it. We know what's wrong." And then you're done. Like that's an hour wasted because you're trying to fix a bug that wasn't there. I mean, not an hour, but depends.
Yeah, when I was trying to fix, so at some point the results was actually going in the order of like the score, which makes it like not very interesting.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like
yeah.
100% and then 30% and then 0. And how I tried to fix it is I submitted. This sounds super silly, but I would like, let's just move this back to collecting submissions for the sake of demonstrating. I would like submit a name and a breakfast that like the first letter matched, so I know that like who got what, you know. And I would deliberately like make certain guesses like 100% and like 0% that way.
Okay.
I guess while we're here, we can see if this works.
Ooh, okay. I mean, I have some thoughts, but well, yeah, it's. I'll just hold. I'll just hold. They'll scope creep.
Okay. I think everything is the same. You just, instead of text, you are asked to upload your breakfast photo, I guess. And I can upload a photo and say that's my breakfast. That's not my breakfast.
You ate a butterfly?
Yes.
And a hand.
And that's pretty much it. I guess showing like the guessing stage, like I'm not gonna upload multiple just to show how the cards show up. It's not great, but I did add the ability to expand it, so you can at least look at the image itself.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
sharing my full screen.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, that's pretty cool. How did you feel about the experience?
I liked it. I know that I talked quite a bit of shit towards like the frustration, at least in the setup phases yesterday,
Hmm.
was kind of like, okay, like not sure if this is gonna work, but I think yeah, I think it's quite satisfying to see like little pieces get get closer to like the vision.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, and then I think at least the learning of um, modifying your instinct to actually withhold context. How did you feel about that?
Yeah, I think yeah, I got used to it, but
Yeah,
initially like I was definitely like, oh, like how is it gonna know? You know, how is it gonna know
yeah,
to like
yeah,
think about the big picture, you know? But I think it makes sense. Like if I think about like how I would try to like build this without AI, like I would probably focus on like pieces one at a time.
hmm,
So it makes sense to do that with AI too.
yeah, yeah. At least if you want something more precise, versus if you want something more generic, you give it all the context, you give it everything up front, and then it does some wacky "whose breakfast is it anyway" game
Yeah, I
that
mean,
seems complete but doesn't work at all. Um, versus you kind of taking that time to give it the feedback and very sort of progressively improve it, which is again like kind of how the skill there is really breaking down a feature set so that it is both progressible and testable, and it kind of builds intent over time.
yeah,
Because you could see kind of the AI figuring out what we were doing as we were giving it instructions, even though we didn't give it the instruction of like a reveal's coming next. This was yesterday, right? Where we only told it the stagings were submitting, and then it also did the very human thing, which both you and I fell kind of into, which is that the first stage is guessing, because it just seems so natural to be guessing.
mm-hmm.
Um, I say you and I because I did it yesterday just by error because I was thinking submitting. I said guessing, and you did the same thing today.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so
well,
it's
because it's
so
a it's a
human.
guessing
Yeah,
game.
but exactly. Not only that, which is why I say it's so human, and yet the AI also made the same human
Mm,
error,
yeah, that's
which is
true.
super interesting. Uh, but once we corrected it, and it knew that revelation was going to be the third step, it kind of guessed. So I think those things are pretty cool in terms of like not needing entire intent or just basics being started
Yeah,
with, and then um,
I
yeah,
think it also
mhm.
I think it also like limit like in the past when I would try to like one shot get to like something functional, like something like I wouldn't expect it to be like the full product, but I would be like, oh, like I guess how I would have approached whose breakfast is it anyway could have been like I want to create like the whole create game and then like maybe like the submission part, like I don't know, like one more full part of the experience, like even if
Mhm.
it's not like the whole thing. And I feel like many things can go wrong in like
Yes,
one interaction, and then you're like, okay, what do I fix first?
exactly. And I think I mentioned to you earlier today that I prefer that in human product development processes as well, where you really do want to limit the the impact of errors that may emerge as a result of leaps that you take, even when you do it alone. Um, it's how I code. Like, and I don't know if you said you're taking coding lessons, and I hope that instructor also is very adamant about like coding a little bit, testing, coding a little bit, testing, coding versus kind of like coding, lots of code, lots of feelings, just emerging feelings, and then being like, why is this? And then frustration. Even though, and you'll still deal with frustration when you code in bits. It's a very similar experience. So that felt kind of the more instinctive way to me to also use AI once I got over the hype cycle. Because initially when I was starting with it, I wanted it to live up to the hype because that's what I want. I want to give it like 5 instructions at once, take a nap, come back and just see it.
Yeah.
Be very nice, and then and then deploy, and then become a multimillionaire. That's what I wanted. But it was very frustrating, and I also feel like I kind of want to share our last stream with certain folks to be like, hey, you know what, like with certain non-coders to be like, try this flow. I know you've been promised everything, but if you actually temper your expectations, you can actually accomplish more here.
Yeah, I'm super excited for like, because I have a lot of like lightweight ideas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this feels like a feasible way to get them out of my brain.
Absolutely. And I absolutely love that for you too, because I think it opens, like it makes a whole world accessible with not no frustration, but limited frustration compared to previous experiences. So I think that's super key.
How do you feel about like the fact that I am like a novice at like coding itself, and like the temptation of relying on AI? I don't know, like that feels like it could be potentially dangerous.
Oh, that, yeah, absolutely. It's trying to think about how I want to answer that. There's two aspects to it. One is I feel like if you want to learn how to code, then using AI to code for you is an absolute hindrance to your learning to code. It's like you trying to learn a language and then you all you use AI for is just translation. You're never going to learn the language you intend to learn. I'm like, that's not learning a language. Like, you didn't do the work. The work is knowing the words, the sentence structure, the rhythm and the cadence of the language, the intonations, whatever the case may be. And you learn none of that. You plug it into an AI and it speaks for you. That's like, what is that? However, if your goal is to translate without learning all the in between, then it's amazing. So it really depends on what your goals are. If your goal as a novice coder is to not be too bothered by the nitty-gritty of the code, but really focus on building functionality, I think this is an amazing experience. It makes something that was so like almost unreachable, right? Like something that was just not accessible to you, hyper accessible. And I think that's an absolutely amazing thing, actually. There's that. But yeah, if you want to learn how to code, like you got to learn the if statements. You have to learn the syntax, where the semicolon goes. You have to be able to scan code, read code. These are valuable skills in coding. How long they will be valuable for is debatable, as we're seeing. In both of those cases, what is absolutely valuable in product building in general, whether you're a product manager, whether you're a designer, a developer, a tester, anyone involved in the entire cycle of product development, is understanding how to break down a larger feature or desire and build it so that you're learning in the building process. Because my whole philosophy is we don't know what we're really building until we start building it. And so the more I know this sounds so mean, but I feel like the more we ideate, the more astray we potentially get. Like, we're delaying the feedback that we could have gotten through that like hands-on experience of using a product, not of coding, not of whatever, you know what I mean, just of like that experience. And yeah,
Hmm.
it's yeah, it's hard because I think it's also hard for me to say to you as a designer, because part of the whole idea is divergence before convergence, and then coming up with a thing. But um, trust me, during that entire process, I'm like itching to start coding. Like that's just my internal state,
Hmm.
right? And I understand why all of those are important in certain cases. It doesn't apply broadly. And part of the real skill is understanding, like, we get trapped into the idea of using the same process for everything. Um, and uh, but there is a skill to know, hey, this feels like my spidey sense says this doesn't need all of this, or hey, if we do skip it, we can always come back to it and expand, or because we want to be right. Like there's so much, like we're like, okay, if we don't do all this work up front, what if we build the wrong thing? um, and my opposite reaction is we're going to build the wrong thing anyway, and we won't really know until we start building it.
How do
So
you
that's the
feel
trap.
about how do you feel about like how much of an idea needs to be there before trying to build it? Like how like what's the size of an idea?
It's not the size of the idea, it's the value of the idea. It's like, what is the
Like the why? Like why is
yeah, like what's the need
hard?
this feature is fulfilling.
Mm.
And sometimes there's some like setup work you have to do in order for that need to be fulfilled. Okay, fine. But everything in my mind, everything or anything that gets in, like that delays the need being completed, I think should not be done. I think you just hyper focus on the need, because everything that gets in the way is actually delaying the feedback you need to get to validate whether the way you're solving the problem is correct. And any assumption you make towards that, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not devaluing experience, but in my experience, my many decades of experience building code, I know I'm going to be wrong many times when I get to the end, even regardless of how sure I am. So like, I don't know who else's experience am I pitting? Like, like, I'm not trying to say nobody has the experience to figure it out. You will be so confident, and some of the times you're going to be right, but a lot of times you're also going to be wrong. But who accounts for that time then? Where we're like, and we just think that's the way to do it because that's the way we're taught to do it, or there's a process. That's the product management process is like largely that, right? Like, focus on these things, do this, do this, do this, hedge your bets, do this, do this, do this. Um, I could go on. I could speak about this for hours, to be honest. Like, it's one of my largest pet peeves in how software um, is generally built.
What I really like about like coding and vibe coding is that like I feel like it's a tool to validate
Absolutely.
things. Like design is a tool. Like I always feel like there's no point. Research is a tool. Like everything is just
Exactly. Yeah.
a means to get to like what you actually want to validate.
Yeah. Absolutely. I, on that note, maybe I can share my screen and show what I have, which is, to my philosophy, is very minimal. Not, uh,
You
I'm gonna
didn't add
be.
image upload.
I did not add image upload. I, you know, because to me, adding image upload is a risk when the goal is already fulfilled, and because you know this, right? When you're adding a new thing, you're actually risking not just time, but
Yeah.
like confusion and error and what have you. Humans work the exact same way. We assume that humans don't, and we can, like, get things in. Here's a practice that. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I added image upload at the very end after like
Yeah.
making sure that the checkpoint is there.
No, absolutely, and that'd be the way to do it too. Um, but we do it as part of the the process was. Well, and I'm saying things that apply a lot to like UX research and design teams, a lot of which is what you work in. So I when I say this, I deeply want you to understand it's not targeted towards you. Just like it's a general statement. But then otherwise, if I think about how you'll feel about it, then I can't say the statement. You know what I mean? I'm in like a weird bind, which is something I had to deal with quite a bit as someone who was prioritizing. Is I would get so many requests from a UX team I used to work with, but I'm 100% sure you're guilty of the same thing. And I put guilty in quotes because it's my judgment and not someone else's. Is you're like, well, let's just try and get this in. Kind of like, okay, this thing has happened. Let's try and get this thing in, and this sort of X thing that's kind of scope creep, but maybe not. But we could probably get it in. And then I would have to push back so much to be like, no, let's not get it in. And then I'm like, can we discuss how we can prioritize this later? And I would dig into what their anxieties were or what their concerns were of like why they were so adamant to get this in this release or whatever. And a lot of it was, well, if we don't do it now, we're never going to do it. And it means that like, this is my chance. And I can totally sympathize as someone who's not like someone who doesn't have control of prioritization, that you feel helpless at that stage and you're trying to like get in what you can. Now, the flip side of the issue with that is and a lot of teams do that, right? They'll kind of slip things in or get things in, quote unquote. But when you don't own the entire process, you're not actually factoring in the risk that you're adding with everything you're trying to get in, regardless of how small it is or how big it is. And unless you're factoring the risk of it, then you're not like, your frustrations are only based on your own personal sort of like, I needed to get this in, versus looking at the team's kind of like, am I actually helping us accomplish the goal to the value that we want to reach for this feature? This is a very common thing. I've had this with many teams over time. And yeah, like, but I feel also like this kind of experience where you're either coding on your own or you're even building with AI can kind of bring that to like a more real sense of what happens, because people actually don't know what happens when you start coding or when you start doing the next steps or the cycles of debugging that you have to do and how much time that ends up taking, even for sometimes the simplest things. And there's no accounting for that time. It's just like, oh, we needed to do this. And I would do this even while we were building projects, in a project that we would check in daily, where people would demo their work daily. If something was taking too long, I'd be like, yeah, maybe this isn't important. Let's just not even do it. And people would be shocked. But look, we actually delivered that project on time and under budget in a company that was struggling with like delivering projects under time and under budget. So like, there's always a trade-off. And it's hard for people to really get it in their hearts. Sorry, that end of rant. But I think this experience kind of makes it really like you feel it. You feel it in the day, like, oh, what is this? How do I fix it? And you're like, then you give up. You're like, I give up.
Whose game is
okay. Yeah, that's what I called it. I did not tell it that actually. So I'll actually even show you what was happening here. So here, I don't know why it's doing all of that up there, but here, I just named the directory, whose game is it?
Oh, okay.
I didn't, in my prompts, which I'll also show you, my prompts don't even talk about the name of the game. So my initial prompt is like, take a look at the repo. Well, I didn't do that. So my initial prompts were, take a look at the repo, because I used my Nux template and I wanted it to know what packages were available to use, because we use Prime View or whatever, and I wanted it to know. And then my initial prompt was, I want to create a game. Let's start with a form that has a title field and a submit button. It should create a game page URL, very similar to what we said, shareable with others, and the users who created the game should be able to edit it. Very similar to the way we started off, but without even, I even like got rid of the name of the game or anything. I'm like, just get me to the next step. Give me to the next step, and you will see commit the changes. Even though it's almost faster for me to commit the changes myself, I really wanted to heavily lean into like doing nothing except for prompting, because it's a learning experience for me too. I explicitly added stage a little bit early than we did in our game, and things like that. So that's why it's called whose game is, because it inferred that. The creating game experience is very similar. So I can say tech team dinner, because there isn't an indication of breakfast or whatever the case may be. It's just like name and text. Though that wasn't necessarily my intention, it is just an outcome. You'll see that there's like a start guessing phase here, but this link is now shareable. And so if I were to incognito this, you don't see any of the editing bits like you did here, or phase editing thing. I just kept it on this page instead of the other page. For well, I wanted to say for no particular reason, but it was because it never created a list for me in the first place. So there's that. And then let's see here. The other thing I guess I want to show is, which I liked, and I wanted to give you this so you can play with it later. And I feel like if I tell you, you will do it. But I might be wrong. And you might not do it just to prove me wrong.
You don't know me.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Now that I say that, I'm like, but maybe your compulsion to do it, for automated correctness will compel you. So let's see. Yeah, I know I'm building this up too much. So maybe if I can bring these side by side. Let's say you go to the main page here. You'll see here, there's no games listed. And I'm not sure if the one we created with Replit works the same way. So, however, if I go here and I refresh, these are the games created by this person or by this browser instance, let's just say. And these games are not available here. And I actually don't know how it's doing it because I didn't look at the code. There are a few different ways to do this. There's something the browser provides you like as cookies. And so you could put a unique ID in the cookie. And then every time the user visits the page, that cookie is available and you kind of know who this person is. So I've used this pattern for other games I've built. I built a code names games a while back. And the moment you landed on it, I asked you for your name. And then I just stored it in your browser so that I knew who you were when you came back to it again later. Although I feel like that's kind of unnecessary. Like that's too much to start this with. It kind of is delaying us from getting to the rest. But I didn't instruct it to do that in that way. The other way to do it is using local storage, which we have used in some of other apps. So local storage or cookies. Local storage might be the better way. But anyway, so I thought that was an interesting thing. And it's using the same, I don't know which one it's doing, but it's using the same thing in order to make this portion work as well. One of the other things that it did by itself, which was kind of nice, was if I say eggs, it now does this. But if I refresh, so apart from that flash, which I can fix, I didn't bother, is that it just says you already submitted it for this game. You can't submit more things. And I didn't ask it to do that. And I thought, oh, cool. Very nice. Thank you. And then it's kind of, it'd be nice to have your submissions here, maybe, actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, now if I go back here, that one submission for that is available. I do want to offer you this as well. I'm saying this as someone who's like, because I feel, but I should. I offer this to you as a gift. Okay? Watch this. Watch what I'm going to do. So that was the cookie thing. But know that
So
you could use the
excited.
cookie thing. You could use the cookie thing. Why is that happening? I'm not
Oh.
canceling. Okay. By the way, you know how you implemented the feature of if you enter this name, then that name disappears.
Yeah.
There might be a few issues with that where I guess already I guess not, because two people with the same name is something that we protected against. No, unless you protect that with that could still mess up with a guesser um, and someone with the same name, because they might not, people don't behave the same way, so they might enter like two Marys might enter like Mary M in their guessing in their submitting, but Mary in their guessing. But then now, like, you don't know which Mary gets it. You know what I mean? Like, there's all these like edge cases. Whereas if you do the extra work of knowing who the user is through their browser, then one, you don't have to ask for their name if they already entered their name, but you do have to if there's extras. And B, you can automatically exclude them. There's just it's just invisible. Do I think you should do that? Maybe, maybe not. But you have. I just want to give you a tool set that you can leverage. I'm not done. Wait, there's more. Okay, and this will change your life.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Like, I'm maybe building it too much, but I hope it delivers. So we're gonna go here. Watch this prompt. Oh no, it stopped recording prompt, so that's fine. Can you see the prompt?
Which?
Over here? Down here.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, so you're okay.
Right? Don't you feel like a loser now? Manually entering every submission like like, and that's the thing is like, I think part of the art of leveraging AI is precisely this. And the more details you understand, although I say that, but a lot of devs don't do this either. Trust me, they're not doing this. Some of them are. So it just really depends on what your instinct are around how you can leverage your tool and what it has access to and making those connections. Like the real gold sometimes is in making those connections as well. Not the real gold, the extra gold. The real gold, everything is real gold. Okay, so if I come back here and now refresh, this should have 6 submissions because 1 was mine and the 5 that the testing added for me. Now, when I review the game, I didn't have a switching back and forth, although I do like the idea because it's a very human thing to do. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I couldn't submit. I couldn't play. You guys just started. Give me 1 second to... Yeah. And then you're like, sorry, the app doesn't allow me. You know what I mean? But there's pros and cons. And then here, I guess in this switch, there's a bug. I do have to refresh to get it. So let me fix this. So I guess it still works. And then this is very similar. By the way, it did this to start. I didn't have to tell it. I guess you didn't have to tell it either yesterday.
Look at all these dinners.
Yeah, I know, right? Actually, how did it know? Oh, it's so good. It knew to add dinners because I put dinner in here. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that's like really cool when it gets it right. And then I guess I can just enter my name again and submit my guess. So that's the experience. However, you know what I'm going to do?
Create more guesses.
Create 12 guesses. 12 is a lot, but okay, fine.
I mean, it's probably, yeah.
Realistic, yeah.
Yeah, realistic.
It's so cool because it's just doing it directly in the database. Like, it's just using SQL to do it. And I think Replit will do something similar, except I know Replit will also delete your entire database. Because that's a meme that's out there right now is Replit deleted my production database. But I don't feel so bad because I've also praised Replit for a long time, and also they're making money hand over fist. So me shitting on them is not going to impact them at all. So now 13 guesses. I don't have any of the extras that you have in the sense of like displaying the contents of the game. Being able to remove, although that's useful if people are kind of like abusing it. And then, are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay. I can't believe this. I don't know if it's me, the internet at large. Okay. Are you okay? Let's take two. Are you ready for this? You have to give the same excited response you did the first time. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay, great. Reveal results. And so now you're in the revealing stage, right?
Okay.
And very similar, there's a play button here. Now watch this. I'm going to scroll down. Now I click play, and I'm hands off. It's just, you're just watching a movie now.
Ooh.
That was my intention, actually. Honestly, the whole thing I was building just to get to this, because I think this is one, like, to me, like, this is a must-have feature in this whole thing, because like that's where the value is in the suspense. Not, I mean, in guessing is also a value, but in the suspense of like this kind of experience. What I liked about your version is that it showed what people's guesses were. I think that's also hyper valuable as well. But this animation of like, you were third, but now you're fourth, get out of here.
Yeah.
You know? And I had to give it a lot of prompts to get it quite the way that I wanted. Because it was not very good with animations. But yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, like I know this from experience, kind of the impact this stuff has. At a previous job, one of the developers built, okay, it's story time. Okay. I'm actually going to the other mode, or like stop screen sharing mode, because it's story time. This is going to be like a good 5 minutes of me yelling. I might have said this before, but at a previous company, we used something called Bonusly or something, which was an app where you could praise people and they would get some points for it. So you had this many points to give in a month, and then as a manager, you'd give points. Maybe managers had more points to give, but then as a coworker or peer, you could also give people like praise, kudos over Slack, and Bonusly would track kind of how much you were getting. And then I think you were able to redeem your Bonusly points for things like gift cards at many different locations or whatever. They had made deals with people. Could you have gotten money out of it? Maybe. But one of the so we started doing this. It started as a joke, okay, where people will be like, "Hey, can you do this for me? Because I'll give you Bonusly. Like, I'll give you this. Like, can you like, can you just do this work for me?" And people started laughing about it. And then somebody made a joke that we should just raffle these Bonuslys. Like, we put them all into a pot, and we do a random like winner, and then somebody wins, and then they take all the Bonusly. And so like, it energized people, and just a thought of it energized people. The other half, I think the manager in me was like, like, that's not the intent of this. And I knew that it would like upset certain people, right? Because it's like, hey, this. But then I was like, I'm in. I was like, I'm in. Here's my Bonusly. Put me in the raffle. Because I think people think about culture as this, like, like this. I don't know what people think about culture, but you do have to notice it. Once you get a knack of noticing how you can help build it, is one thing is by not discouraging it when it emerges. And the other thing is by noticing what kind of patterns might be a culture builder, as you saw with this game, for example. Like my instinct was, hey, like this shouldn't live here, it should live broadly. And that is something that you build over time of like noticing. And so for me as a manager to be like, oh, that's not official use of bonusly is a culture killer. You know what I mean? And so that started off, and we had a secret code on Slack. We gave our bonusly all to one person with a hashtag burrito. I don't know why, because they came up with it. And that meant you were buying a raffle ticket with your bonusly. And then and then this developer, oh my God, he built a show like out of it. So in the revel, and this is where I was like, oh, we have to do this. Like, this is a much simplified version of sort of his larger concept, which is he had like avatars of people kind of fighting against each other. And then they would be like this, and then one of them would lose, and it was random. Right? And he'd press play, and then it was hands, and he would watch, and we would watch, and the excitement built up. I was like, wow, how remarkable, how absolutely remarkable. And he did way more. He made like certain videos, like he had a video intro and a video outro. He had the whole animation bit, and then kapow, and then your name was crossed off the list. And then the last name remaining was like the two fight, and you were like, oh my God, the winner of this is gonna win. And then just the build up, the people cheering, the people going, oh, you know, like the people that you're cheering. Amazing. Absolutely. What a great experience. This happened maybe 2 or 3 times, 2 or 3 cycles. And then our HR team put an end to it. They were like, this shouldn't happen. And I was like, wow, what a great culture killer. And then I was also disappointed in my boss, who put up no fight about like being like, hey, why are you killing this thing that's actually creating culture on the team? Like, I know this was the intent, but so what? Like, what great thing are you getting out of like these kudos and bonuslies anyway? Like, what did you think the purpose was? Was the whole purpose was to enhance culture? Or was the purpose to like specifically get kudos so you could give people rewards like their pets? Get the fuck out of here. Sorry, like it's just so frustrating to me how intensely like cruel some systems are in how they enforce. Like, your whole goal is not actually to improve culture, it's to enforce what you think is good for everyone. Get out of here. You know, save me with your we're a people success team. Get out of here. Anyway, the HR team did many amazing things, by the way. So I don't want to. I know someone's gonna watch this and shit on me. This is one poor leadership move, absolutely. And then again, a lack of leadership from both from me, I guess, because I was like, but it wasn't my my role either there, but for my boss definitely, because I think when you don't push back on these changes as teams grow, then you allow people who kill culture to continue killing culture all the time. And you almost have to be hyper active in protecting that, because it's so easy to lose track of. But this whole animation thing is like a drop in the water compared to what that dev built on his own, like without any prompt, like just his inner,
without AI.
Yeah, without AI also, but also just his inner sense of what, and it was such a great hit. And I think he did different things. I didn't get to see all the ones. I wasn't there. Like I was, like, I'd be like, oh, when's the revelation gonna happen? People would talk about it. You know what I mean? It'd get scheduled. We called it business meeting. And people would call. It was a great time. Sorry, I know I'm just eating up time here, but that's, to me, was like, hey, it should just excite the same emotions in people, which I think our meetings were doing. And our apps should do the same. And those instances should live in. I think that's part of the real value of this app, is the guessing and the revelation. Like, that's the key. Like, those are, and here's what I'd say: every other feature is not a good use of time. Like that's the key thing that you want to like really hit. Um, and so, and again, I don't mean to put down any extra features that you're particularly building. My goal is just to impress on like how it distracts, how like every extra thing distracts from like nailing it, you know? Um, but yeah, um, that's my game,
Cool.
and that's my
And
story.
story, yeah.
What do you think of the story?
Definitely remind me of other instances I've seen as well. Like I feel like there's a lot of like I don't know tight grip style leadership.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes I think I don't know. I think honestly I think a lot of it comes from like need like their own need to feel like they're in control.
Yeah,
Like like a little bit of ego probably of like I know what's best.
yeah. The idea is this wasn't my intention of when I implemented.
Yeah.
Like their whole thing was when we implemented Monosy, this wasn't um, my intention. To my boss's credit, he participated in the initial ones, but he didn't put up a fight when it was shut down. And his thing was you have to pick your battles, which I completely disagree. I think when it comes to those things, you have to fight every battle. Any inch you give up is a welcoming sign to those who want to change the management style to say, yeah, go ahead. Um, every inch is a mile.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah, my feelings were hurt.
Oh.
It's a downer. Like like a
Yeah.
thing that's exciting. Like 20, 40 people at your company who gathered, who's like who had this like shared experience. And you're like, no, get rid of it. Oh, are you? Is your team having fun? No, not allowed.
the the fun police.
Yeah, not allowed.
Yeah.
Other teams aren't having fun. Okay.
Yeah. I've heard a story about like I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but
I look. I said things. I took names.
yeah, I've heard stories about like work retreat. Um, I guess programming. Like when you go on like a work retreat, there's like usually the people planning it are either in the camp of let's do more organic, focused on team bonding things, or let's be productive together and do collaboration.
Right.
um,
Yeah. Yeah.
One, I feel like, especially for remote teams that rarely get together, I feel like the team bonding stuff is so much more important
Yeah.
um, than the collaboration stuff. Especially because I don't know. Every time I've done like those collaboration type workshop, nothing ever comes out of them. Like
100% agreed.
it's just a show.
100% agreed. I'm with you. Yeah. Once you're done, I'll share a bit of another story I have, and we'll
Yeah,
see.
and then even for, I guess, people who are like, okay, let's do more team bonding. There are like two camps of planners, I guess. One is like, this is what I think is fun, therefore everybody must partake in this activity.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which, yeah, the story that I've heard is like the idea of like sharing ghost stories around the campfire being like a fun activity, and not everyone's that into it and they just want to play games. They're like,
Yeah,
can we just
yeah,
play our games?
yeah.
um
Exactly.
yeah, so that
For
kind of thing.
sure. Yeah, yeah. No, I definitely had one of those where I was actually asked to coordinate like a brainstorming session, and I didn't do it. I was like, because I truly don't believe in them. I don't know what to tell you. I believe in emergent collaboration. I don't really believe in like enforced collaboration um, or scheduled collaboration, though that can help from time to time. Things emerge in scheduled collaboration, but we then treat them as if it's like we got to schedule it in order to get it, And I was like, I'd rather just people have fun. Just all that time that you were supposed to sit in a room with people and brainstorm. Why don't we just do that at work? And on this retreat, why don't we just have fun? Just people can do whatever they want in those X amount of hours we wanted. And that upset some people in management. Um, and then I was like, I think that's fine. I'll take the hit. Um, but yeah, definitely. I think there's definitely room in those things for like, hey, we'll do certain exercises, even if they're brainstorming, ideation, whatever. But like hyper limit them, and kind of people want to participate can. People don't want to. Okay, fine. Or just sit and watch. Actually, everyone has to sit and watch. I'm sorry, you can't just walk away. But just if you're just sit and watch, and just when it's done, if you don't want to raise your hand and say something, no problem. And when it's done, then the rest of the time, let's just chill and like, let's play a game, let's take a nap, whatever. This retreat's not gonna refresh anyone and re-energize your company into a $1 billion company. Relax, settle down, champion. Like, listen, what you thought, you couldn't accomplish it at work during your 9 to 5. You're not gonna get it done on a 2-day retreat. Settle down.
Well, I think maybe the root of it is that like during the 9 to 5, a lot of people are like very like hyper focused on their own thing.
Yeah.
And like the retreat feels like maybe one of the few times that like you literally like people are watching you. Like you can't just be like staring at your
True.
computer the whole time.
Yeah. Which is why you have like some like time box things that you do, but you don't do them. You do it for like literally you do it during work hours on the first day of the retreat, and then the rest of the retreat is just do whatever you want.
I don't know how we got here. What?
I rant. I shared
now?
stories. Yeah. What do we do now, boss?
Oh yes. What do we do now?
Well, we essentially have a replica game, but I will be insistent on my sorting animation, please. I need it. I need it like a
Okay.
like somebody
how
needs
do we make
something.
that happen?
I don't want to say like all those examples of like a X needs Y are just like either racist or fat phobic or whatever. So I don't want to. I don't want. I need it like I need that like I need that. Like a Adnan needs a sorting animation.
Okay. How do we make that happen?
No, bro, you should know how to make it happen. You tell it to do it. Sorry, can we just spend your time? Can we just spend some time looking at what it's doing precisely just to refresh my memory, and then we can. I love this, by the way. So a few things that confuse me about this interface, and when I say confuse me, I don't think they're wrong. In fact, I think they're right. But just the percentages throw me off. Like my instinct is to have a score, which is also very human. Whereas percentages are very machiney. They're like just think of it as, because when we did it in person, and this is where the in-person precision is like, why change something that we did in person to be different? Is we just this is your score.
Yeah, I agree. The only reason why I added the percentages is to allow submitters to partake, which means it's out of different numbers.
Should they get a free point?
I suppose they can just get 1 point deducted. Or do you think they should get a free point?
I don't know. I that is a good reason to do it. I'm not sure. I know instinctively, like I like seeing the number more than the percentage. It feels like but that's fine. Like it's not a huge deal. And then I absolutely love their guesses. But it also means that, so I think I like the hands-off approach because I really loved how that developer built a house and then became a participant. However, in this case, because there is their guesses, which people want to see, and that experience of seeing another person's guess is important.
Mm-hmm. What if? Okay, this might be scope
Yeah.
creep.
No,
But
no,
what if?
this is important. I think this is one of the more important pages of the whole game.
Yeah, I think we should absolutely add the animation thing. Um, but also, like, what if? What if there's like an auto like go to the next situation somehow? Like
But it's like, you know
automatically.
what happens? But the human thing that happens in between, which I didn't consider, because my app doesn't show their guesses at all,
Mm-hmm.
which is a massive miss. Um, because that is part of the entire like rawness and the allure of the experience. Is people like, oh, Mary did like which ones were wrong? You know, like
Yeah, yeah.
people want to take some like breather time to assess. That's why I do think the triggered reveals are actually very important in this case. Like I value um, the sort of the discussion more than kind of the automation in this case,
Okay.
even though my instinct was automation.
Yeah, because it feels like game showy.
Yeah, which is like I actually love the automation, but it's taken away from the experience here. So I think the next reveal can be fine, but I wouldn't mind if then can you click next reveal? I just want to get that experience again. It's too quick. It's absolutely too quick. And so in my version there was a question mark that kind of blinked, and then I went through iterations, by the way, just so you know. Like my thing was initially it was like text would show up, like Mary's score is like those pauses. It would just be like one word at a time. Mary's score is this, and then the AI itself then would get rid of that and then show the display box that it did. I didn't
Oh.
create a display box. AI did that, and I was like, listen, just get rid of my text. Just let's just build this into the display box because the UI is just like not great. So in this case, I think we could maybe just copy that entire idea is um, to like, and I'll leave the prompting to you, which is very similar. There's a question when we click next reveal. Instead of displaying it immediately, we're like there's some kind of suspense. And while you're doing that, I'm just gonna quickly grab some water.
Um, what do you think about this? Might be a bit much, but what if their guesses also coming like one at a time, so that you're not seeing them all at once?
Um, let's see, because I feel like my instinct is, again, when I say my instinct is just there's no value to it. It really is just my sense is maybe that's too
Value to
much
it.
delay. Oh, that's just your opinion. but
Does
is
the
maybe they'd
delay
be
not matter?
it matters to you. Uh, the it might be too much delay because we're doing a delay here and a delay there, but something that we can test.
Yeah, I guess let's see how this feels first.
There might be some like things we might have to do with like the scoring revelation comes in, and then maybe all the guesses come in all at once instead of one by one. Because like, let's say there's a team of 6, and then it's like, oh, you gotta until all. What if it's a team of 8? Then like every turn we have to wait for each guess to be revealed.
Hmm. Is it done? Oh no, it added a timer. I don't think we need a timer. I guess
It, I don't know if it's a visual timer or not yet.
true.
A chunk of my prompts were just getting the timing right, so it felt correct. Another chunk of my prompts were getting the animation correct because just like wobbly, it was just like all over the place.
Yeah, I feel like animation is hard to describe too.
But it's also it's but even yeah, I guess so. But my description was animate the sword.
Oh
That's all I
really?
said. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But no, but I didn't get this result. I almost got this result, but what would initially happen is like when that box would appear, it would just come in from like the corner of the screen and then get sorted. I'm like, why do you have this corner of the screen appearance thing just faded in? And then even that I got wrong like 8 times before I could get it right. But I was adamant that I wasn't going to look at the code.
Taking a minute. It's done.
By the way, this app also maybe does the cookie / local storage things to know who created the game because we never tried it in a different browser.
That's true. Okay, I think it's done.
Yeah, agent is ready. Oh, nice. Okay. That was super quick. Can you? Well, I guess you can't refresh the page, but
That's a problem.
well, for the first real time, it's the problem. Like because the hard part here for me is where do my eyes go?
Yeah. I wonder if we can like
Can
I
you?
feel like maybe
Mhm.
maybe like this shouldn't be here. Like at least only have it.
In one place? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we try the whole? Can we try some next reveals, please?
Yeah. So it's showing the guesses first, and then oh, okay, and then showing the score. It it feels quicker than
It's yeah. It definitely should be delayed slightly. Um, and I wouldn't mind if the guesses displayed after like one beat. By the way, I described it to the AI. It's like I just need to wait one more beat, 2 more beats before, and I let it decide what that meant. Um,
okay.
but definitely one more beat before revealing the score.
I guess we should do that separately.
Love it because I internally I was like, I was like, my
When I
entire
start
body
typing
clenched. The
and
end. Yeah, my entire body clenched, but I was like, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna let it happen. But trust me, my entire body clenched.
what?
It's not bad. I almost want one more beat. I don't know if you agree or not, but it's better.
I feel like right now it doesn't feel like it needs one more beat, but I think I'm imagining like when you're actually presenting it and there are people like talking, it feels like it could use more time.
Mm. Not a whole lot. Just I felt like just one, and I actually like the idea of it the initial score being central. Actually, so the question mark being central, because your eyeball always has to go to one single place.
Yeah.
Versus like as the list is building, your eyeball has to go to the next line. Um,
Okay, I gotta describe it. Because
what
I
are you
almost want
trying to say?
to. I think it could be cool to have like, because like the leaderboard is based on the percentage,
Hmm.
but when each, I guess, result is being revealed, it almost feels like this really matter. So I almost wonder if we should get rid of this from here and get rid of this from here, if that makes sense, and de-emphasize something here.
Well, the my concern with that would be that we lose data over time. Then, like, because people aren't great with percentages. People love math, but they can't do it. And so, if you're showing me the score on one screen and then the percentage on the other, is that what you were saying?
Hmm. I mean, maybe we can just get rid of the percentage. Like, because it's, I don't know. Like, even though it's calculating based on,
Yeah,
I mean, it's a fraction, right?
yeah, yeah. I know the hardest part is that little like, what happens to the people that actually? I think we should ask the AI for a suggestion. We don't have to do it now. Yeah, we don't have to do it now. Maybe that's one of the later things we do. For now, I wouldn't mind. Um,
Animation.
no, can we just do one more reveal? I just want to get this flow fairly nice. So definitely don't like the two blinking question marks. So I wouldn't like.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do is actually phrase it very humanly to you, which is I'd like to only see the blinking question mark on the main area, not with each reveal.
On the main area, like in here or like in here?
Well,
What do you, which one do you call the main area?
what was your I paused longer on purpose. I was hoping you would take a guess for me. What? But I purposely said it in that way because what would your interpretation be?
I feel like, I feel like this is the main area.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. Yeah.
I also, okay, not important, but I
Mhm.
also feel like the leaderboard doesn't need to be this large. Like, it almost feels
Yeah,
too
but I didn't.
symmetrical.
I thought it was fine. But also, if you're worried about describing the main area to the machine, then you could use leaderboard or non-leaderboard area because that's very clear. Like, don't show Don't have the blinking question mark in the leaderboard.
Okay, there have been some times that I will be like, how do I describe this better? And I just go to I just go to the code to see how they called it.
You're not a Puritan like I am. I'm a pure. I'm a prompting Puritan. You're this like coder. You're like a. You're a hacker.
I
Getting
don't
into
want
the
to get into
going.
an argument with the AI, you know?
You're trying to get into the mainframe. I'm trying to communicate with my words. But I think it's the leaderboard area, right? Like, don't show the blinky question mark in the leaderboard area. I think that's
Yes.
to me that's my prompt. Because it is distracting. I not I prefer one more beat, but it's not the biggest of deals right now. But I do like. I wouldn't mind one more beat. But you said it did feel natural to you.
It did in this like testing situation.
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah. You did say that.
Yeah. I oh, it's 3 seconds. Now we know.
Oh, also, here's where reading will help. It does have a name for that area. Do you know what it is?
Which area? Oh, the main
That area.
display section.
Yeah, central score display area. Yeah, it says right. It says right there. The 3 second blinking question, the central score area. Do you even read what it says, Mary? Like you just read code. You don't read. You don't read the responses. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Wait, but now it's showing the. Hold up. Oh, something happened. No, now it's showing. Okay, come on.
Whoa! Oh, but you said let's make it 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that for some reason. I guess my eyes were looking at.
The issue now is that it's not blinking anymore.
Yeah, we have to fix this bug. This is a bug. Yeah.
When the question mark remove percentage. Maybe just don't display.
That might not be enough, but maybe it is because there's a percentage there and there's a 1 out of 5 correct there. And I wonder if it will catch the intent of what you said or be precise in what you said. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It was not. It did not. It does not care about your intent. But also, you were not precise enough.
I know. Maybe I'll say.
The 5 seconds, though, is not bad. Feels pretty good to me.
I don't know how else to describe this.
Yeah, that's fine. As you would to a friend.
I guess AI is my friend now.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, revealing. Great. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Before we move on, we need an example of what happens currently when the next reveal has a higher score than the previous one. We don't know. Like,
Mm.
I don't know what that experience is like here.
Let me create. Oh, I guess we can
Mm,
add a few guesses.
ain't it? Ain't it so? Can we? I hope so.
How do I like? Do I just copy this? Include at least one.
Mary, sorry. I know I said I wouldn't interrupt, but here's what I'd recommend. Again, like, I want you to feel like the. I think you should submit what you want to, but my instinct here would just be say one, be more precise. So add five more guest entries, because a few could be
It's true.
anything. And then B, I wouldn't tell it any more than that. I wouldn't tell it include at least one where whatever. Um, it may or may not get it right, but the odds with five entries are that it is going to get it right, and any extra instruction may or may not confuse it. And so, like, I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry, but like, you know what I mean? Like this, like, is this instinctively good enough for you now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And here's the reason I say it, especially when you're struggling, not struggling, but like going back and forth on the precision of the prompting. I think it's always good to question whether the prompting is necessary at all, because every single second spent on that is like, because that little bit could also throw it off completely. And then is it worth going back and forth and trying to figure out the right prompt? Obviously, you spend like 3 seconds on it, so not a big deal. I just want to impress upon like the principle. It is doing
Okay.
it. It's
It only added one guess. I think.
okay. That it should have done. Um, that is weak sauce. Yeah, that's lame. That's weak.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Why? No.
Yeah, why is it doing all this like
Yeah, I don't
what's
know.
all this extra summary? Like, is it just doing it because it needs to like give us some feedback while it's doing some real work in the background? Or is it just wasting our time?
I think it was just wasting our time. I don't know.
Now you know how I feel watching you kind of edit the edit the edit the extra prompt. That's so mean. I apologize. I'm so sorry. I couldn't help myself make that joke.
I know at one point you said you love being mean, so I'm happy for you.
Yeah. Hold on. Actually, what I do like is that's a final leaderboard, but not the revelatory one. But let's see. I'm curious now.
Okay, there's 10 guesses. There's like a please wait state. Is that new? Like,
Sorry, which please wait?
there's like
Uh
a
oh, I
this
can't
little
see that
button.
button because your face is
Oh,
covering it.
um,
Can you just move your head to the? I just want just if you could just.
mm,
Oh no, no, please don't. I got it. I got it. You're driving, so. Yo, what is this workspace constructing business?
what? Okay, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is like a disable button.
Yeah, that's nice. I didn't. I have no idea what was happening before because I just
Yeah.
it wasn't information available to me.
No, I think it's new.
Oh,
Or
is
I
it?
didn't
Yeah, it's
notice
very
it
nice.
myself.
This is nice. This is nice.
Yeah, it just showed up. Oh, I don't like that it shows up
Yeah,
in that
yeah.
line. What the
What
heck?
a uh
Hmm.
so now you know what it naturally does, right? Like that's
Yeah.
I think in your previous tests, um well,
Yeah.
you have a bug to fix.
When
Oh, you did give the animation instruction. Interesting. Okay.
let's see. Oh boy.
It's still working. It's still
The AI needs to properly close the
yeah,
HTML
don't attack.
tag.
It's fine. It's fine.
Do you use Reddit?
Only when I'm like searching for recommendations for headphones, then I'll type Reddit at the end of my or recommendations for something, then I'll be
Okay,
like,
okay.
oh, or
I actually have
opinions.
heard
Yeah,
that a lot.
yeah.
Um, I was gonna say there's a subreddit called Like Us. I think it's about like animals that do things that feel very human in nature,
Hmm.
and I wonder if we're getting to a point where if we can post AI behavior to that subreddit. Because I was gonna say that missing like HTML like
Yeah,
closing tag
I think
is
you
very
can. I
human.
think you can. I think you can. But the way I like to view it is humans doing animal behavior, not vice versa, because we're not the standard.
That's true, yeah.
You know,
All right.
that's just with your human gaze.
Yes, the human centric.
All right.
I almost want to delete. Oh, did it do like a zooming
It
situation?
did. It did. I
Okay.
don't. I had a lot of things like I had to remove all those scaling animations because they were throwing off the. This is fine. This hasn't been too annoying thus far. Oh, the latest one, I guess it shows. Yeah, this was fine. With my version, it was just like messing with the positioning, and I was like,
Mhm.
please, everything is shaking. This is very stable. Yeah, so this is nice. Alex is starting at the bottom.
Oh,
That's
the
nice.
I feel like yeah, it's pretty good. I
It's
feel
trying to
like
do a couple things at once.
I feel like it needs to have like a higher Z index because it's like floating behind these cards.
Okay, and it did two things, which is fine. It's it's changing the color at the same time as it's going up. Whereas I'd prefer for it to like go up first and then change color because that those are two different hits, two different beats.
Trying to remember how I described. I guess it's being revealed when a player moves up the board. Make the card that's moving float on top of other ones. Do you think it's worthwhile to like? No, we should get that right.
I think you describe it as you were to a friend, a non-coder friend,
Okay.
which I guess you know what I mean. Like if two product people were talking about it that did not were not familiar with the implementation. I think some points the implementation does help. Um, I might have said that when a player is being animated to the top versus it moves up to the top, but that's like very minor. It's like not a big deal. But animation does hint at sort of some implementation. But the rest, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about the Zen index stuff. It knows. Look at that.
Yeah, it knows.
Like you're talking to a good dev, a dev that has all the knowledge, but sometimes doesn't care.
A good but sloppy.
Yeah,
I kind of want to delete a few entries just so that we can get
the thing faster. Yeah. Now that time is like, ugh.
There you go.
You can, by the way.
Yeah, I
You
guess
could
we
go in the
can.
database and do it manually. You don't even have to. The database interface in Replit is very nice. Wait, we were one reveal away.
Okay, fine.
What are you doing, Mary? See, like now you've taken us further away from the goal right when we were close to it. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Um, did it? Sorry, I missed it. Did it do the right thing?
You missed it.
In my
I don't know.
ranting, I
It was
missed it.
slow. Like no, I mean it was too fast. It's hard to tell. Like how can I? Like, is there a way I can like slow it down just for the purpose of testing?
Maybe just refresh. Can you refresh the page, or get back to the page? I want to see whether it remembers.
Oh,
I would
no,
be
I can't
shocked
do
if
that.
it remembers.
No.
Okay, now we can go to the database and remove.
All right. It's guesses. Oh no! Now I have to figure out which game it is. Which game is it?
Oh yeah,
It's what was it?
sales team game.
Oh,
If you scroll all the way to the right on the sales team game, it'll give you these options, these relations that you can click on. So now this should only give you,
nice. Okay.
yeah. It's a very nice navigation interface for databases.
So let me delete. Wait, how do I delete things? Oh, do I?
Yeah, I was like, does it not give you the option to delete these rows? Oh, unfortunately, it doesn't give you the option to delete from this interface. But I do see checkboxes.
Okay, we know it's 6. Okay, let's delete like maybe 2 of these.
Is Alex the leader? Let's just
So yeah,
yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's keep it. That's great. I'm hoping this works by
can't
default.
refresh. We gotta fix that.
You keep saying that, but you're not. I don't see you. I don't see you
keep
fixing
forgetting.
it.
Okay. Note that I did not delete myself.
Yeah, of course. Um.
Wait, what happened to the
Yeah, I think I know.
what?
Do you have a guess?
Did I delete something wrong?
No,
No?
no. But I'm gonna let you figure it out.
Wait, what happened?
I mean, that's assuming I have a hypothesis, which I'm 98% sure is correct.
The first one showed up.
What was that?
I don't know.
See, those kinds of things were happening. I was like, I'm not happy. Stay still. Yeah, reveal another.
Oh no.
So maybe you're fine. No, you're not fine.
No,
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
the guesses are not showing up.
yeah.
But some of them
Do you
are?
know? Do you know why?
No.
Okay, just take a pause. I'll just give you one hint. Go to the database and just breathe in what you see. Sense what you see. So go to the database and just let your senses kick in.
Oh, I deleted the guesses. No.
Yeah,
Wait, I don't know
that's
which
fine.
ones I deleted.
Um, right, but you have to. Okay, yeah, you have to delete the scores as well. No worries, we can figure it out.
Is it these
For the
ones?
sixth one, it's right here. Yeah, there you go.
Well, okay.
Yeah, yeah. That was my hypothesis actually. I kind of knew even before that we might have to do it, but I was curious on how it was built. And that's like remember like when I said use your senses, like that's a very imprecise description, but that's precisely over time what I'd like people to actually improve is like when you're in a screen, just sense like even if it's data, just sense it. It's a little weird.
Yeah, it's a little janky.
Can, may I suggest something? Is can we tell it to remove any scaling? Like remove all scaling as a first step, and let's just see.
Like from the animation?
Animation or no animation? Let's just remove it because I want to see like I want to know what's creating that weirdness. To be honest, it looks much nicer with that. Like my eyeballs are very like
Yeah.
not Also, that was much smoother without the scaling
Yeah, I
too.
like that.
Yeah. I I'm saying this because I can't help it either. It's just one other example of like a thought that came up that we wanted to try. Like, oh, why don't we scale it? And then it gets implemented in the code. It causes a jitter pattern, and now the dev instead of saying, "Hey, the scaling is trying to fix it," they're spending 3 hours trying to fix this like non-valuable thing because like, and it's taken us away from the value. Drives me nuts.
No, I like this. Um,
But that was just a guess. That is probably that. This is, yeah, this looks very nice.
do we
People
want
love
anything
animations.
to happen here, like in terms of? Because I don't like the.
Oh yeah, I never did that too. I totally missed it. I was so happy with my animations that I was like, I'm done. I'm done. It's midnight. I did my animations, which is why I said POC. I didn't say complete, like,
Mm.
you know, because honestly, my entire goal was to to do those animations because I didn't even show the right guesses or whatever. This is so nice. This is great.
I don't know.
Oh, I
'Cause I don't
see.
like having
Yeah,
to scroll.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
And I feel like it's.
I wonder if it's because the width of the screen, or is it because of the? But it's probably because of how it's coded, not the width of the screen.
I think it should be easy. I mean, it already has the pattern from the previous.
Yeah, yeah. It should be fairly standard. If only we could see it being done. If only, if only you fix that bug you keep complaining about.
Okay. I don't
This
know.
is this this is what I also say to their devs, by the way. It's like,
Like,
if
should
only
I?
you just fix the. It's like, if only, you know what, I loved saying this, by the way. I'd be like, if only we had some coders. If only I'd hired somebody who knew how to code. When coders complain about like a bug, I'm like, what are you like? What are you talking about? If only I'd given you access to the code, and and if only you knew how to code, and had some agency. See, that's being mean, and it's so satisfying.
Like, so for me to fix this, do I need to copy this whole thing or like?
You can experiment with that. I know that's what I did the last time. Um, in that, but in this time, my instincts say that you can describe the action you take to generate the issue, which is when I, because it's not like you're visiting the website and it's happening. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's what was happening before. So I just copy paste it, let it figure it out. But this one perhaps is like, hey, when I refresh the game page, I see this error, kind of thing. What's it with? Why does it not want to close tags? What's with Replit being like, tags not important? Like, what is this? I swear, like, I'm embarrassed actually. Like, if a dev did it once, I'd be like, huh. Like, I would half raise an eyebrow, but I'd be like, everyone, I'd be like, I miss tags sometimes. No worries. If a dev did it twice, I'd be like, and raise a full eyebrow, but it wouldn't be like the end of the world. If a dev did it 8 times, I'd be like, come on, man. Like, what are we, like, it's just, do you speak HTML or what? I'm not going to hire someone, it's like you hire someone to do like write you an essay and they don't know what prepositions are, and you're like, it's like, no.
No.
I know, right? All we wanted was.
What? No, this is not done. What do you mean?
Hold on, just give it a second. Just oh yeah, it's not done. Yeah.
Oh,
Here I would just copy paste.
like the whole thing, or
Yeah, the whole thing.
do we?
Even though the error is not clear here, I would have copied the 500 as well. Why did you type it out manually? I know. It's just
copied it.
I get it. It's just what's in there might not always be what's up there, because up there also says invalid tag. although I know a duplicate fit at the bottom, but that might not always be the case. I think we should just give up now. I think this is it. I think we,
What?
Mary, I say we abandon the project now because this is
What
the
did it even do?
this is it.
Like it obviously did not fix the problem.
Tell it. Yeah, yeah. That's right. You need to fix the structure that's causing the error. Yeah. Or you can see it. That's nice because you created it. I'm glad you can see it. I'm just wondering why you put it there in the first place.
There's a missing. Okay, cool. I don't understand why it's like stating the same thing. Like it already said this, and then down here it's like saying this again.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, I
I'm
don't know.
not sure. Well, I guess we have to become AI engineers to answer this question, right?
Or we could look at the code.
No, but that doesn't explain why I said it twice. Because the AI said it twice.
That's true. Yeah, I have that. Okay, let's. Okay.
I love this. It says, perfect, the estimation has been fixed. And it's like, there's still a structural issue. Just fix it. Yeah, I'm this close to abandoning the whole thing. Just where's the delete button? Delete project button in Replit. We might have to undo the change.
Like row back.
Yeah, because if I mean not yet, but like if it's 5 times, like you have to give it 4 prompts to try and fix a close tag. It's just like, what are we doing?
Oh, it's suggesting that too. That's
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just you messed up and you don't know how to get out of it.
okay. I guess we should row back here. Oh, when did it mess up? I don't think we saw the leaderboard on left and insert on right. And honestly, I'm okay with not touching that for now.
Wait, isn't it just hold on. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Let me just Wait, what's update the project configuration file with the new timestamp just now?
I don't know. I think it's just doing random things. Like, I don't know. I also don't know what this is. This is both attempts at getting rid of this issue.
I think it's remove the scaling effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Sorry, I found that interface a little, it took me 2 seconds to get there.
Sure.
I do like the checkpoints. Very nice way to revert, which isn't kind of by default available. So there's like things worth paying for here. The database integration by default. If you're locally doing this, you'd have to locally set up a database, install it, whatever. Checkpoints, you'd have to manually use Git.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How do we feel about this?
I feel pretty good about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um,
What do we do next?
we ship it. That's what we do
We ship it.
next.
How do we
Is
ship
there
it?
is there something else that you wanted to do?
The refresh problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
how
Let's
do
do
how do
that.
we
Absolutely.
how do we fix that? I don't know.
Well, we don't fix it. How do we describe it? Really,
How
that's the
do we
question.
describe it? Like, should I say? Because it's happening no matter what stage the game is
Yeah.
in.
Just when it refers to the game page, just describe. Yeah. You know, don't overthink it.
Like, should I copy this whole thing?
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. I think you should copy the whole thing in one copy, not two different copies. Is that not possible?
Oh,
Yeah, just like that. Because then you just remove any chance for. I know I'm so particular and so like strict at like these instructions, but like I want to remove any opportunity for any errors, right? Just like I love how anytime a change is made, there's always this oh no instinct.
yeah,
It's like oh no,
yeah. It's
you
like,
do
oh
have to let
no,
it. You do
we're
have to
gonna
let it do the
fix
work.
this now.
But I think I love this instinct though. I absolutely love it because like I hope it trains people to be like very minimal in their feature set. Like, just what do you need? You know, just like, can we get that done before we delve into these like errors? I just realized I actually do use the word delve, but apparently AI made it popular again, and now I can't use it.
Oh my
Same
god!
thing with M dashes.
Speaking of which, I love the sparkle emoji, and now people associate it with AI, and it makes me a little upset.
Really? I did not know.
Yeah,
I use the sparkle emoji for feelings
I
or the
know.
future.
Yeah, the future. Yeah, like anything that's like sparkly.
Yeah,
But
or like
but now people associate it with AI. Like I've
I did
had
not
it
even know
being
that.
described as the AI sparkle,
Yeah, well,
which
we're just
is upsetting.
language luddites
Okay,
complaining about how there's a natural shift in human language.
nice. Okay, it's working. I just want to open all the different states, different games in there, different states. Make sure it all works. Sweet. All right, let's
Okay,
ship it.
let's yeah, do it.
What do I do? Just do I
Yeah,
just
let's
hit
see.
deploy? I don't know what any of this means. I'm gonna guess this is what I want.
The only thing I care about is not so much the correct option, but the cost of any one of those options. So $1 per month per deployment. I feel like you can manage
I
that.
can swing that.
What does reserved VM show? Oh, That's $60 in a month.
Oh,
I know this because I have to calculate this using AWS a lot. So I'm like 2080 hours or something like that. I don't know. 24 times 30. Oh no, I got it wrong. I got it wrong. 720 hours. So 720 times 0.028. What's 2080 then? 20 bucks. 20 bucks a month. Which now you're hesitant.
but like,
But the other
couldn't
one
it
might
be
also
more?
be this. The other one might also be a similar pricing. Like I have no idea how to calculate zero. Like I don't know how many compute
What
units
does
will be.
compute unit mean?
It's it's uh, it's what you feed the computer when it's hungry. I genuinely don't know. Yeah, I have
But
no idea what the pricing will be here.
I mean, let's hold on. Let's see. There's like a video that I could watch, but it's
Do you
21
have
minutes.
21? Are you willing to spend $20 or 21 minutes? That's the real question.
Oh, there's a what is this? It's a decision tree that I, I can't zooming further. Did agent create your app? Yes, and I don't have time for this. Yes, but I need to optimize. No. Yes, and I don't have time for this. I guess.
Where's the? I don't have money for this.
I guess it's
That's.
optimized, maybe.
I don't. I don't want to optimize. Look at the options there. You think I want to go through all
Are
that?
you building a web app? Yes, no. Does your app need a backend?
Yes.
Yes. I want to be able to scale up quickly to handle a large amount of requests. I don't think that's
No.
possible right now. My app needs to be running constantly with access to consistent resources. Okay.
This is not helpful.
Should we just do auto scale? Because
Look, I think we should because it's on my credit card on the thing. It's yours, so I'm fine with any option to be honest. Like I feel like I did my
I
part in
think it's
saying,
fine. I
hey,
think it's fine.
I think I did my part in saying, look, what's the cost?
It's on the record.
It's
But like,
yeah,
what is
and on it,
this? I don't understand what any of this is.
the max number machine should be the lowest, please,
Like, like one. Okay. And
and you can edit that as well. And you should. What's the lowest in CPUs?
oh my god.
Yeah, yeah. And what's the lowest in RAM?
Well,
Mm,
like, what's the
let
impact on any of this?
the speed. Um, let's. Can we do 1 gigabyte of RAM? That's it. Let's like this is not. We're not launching. I say 1 gigabyte because sometimes like build processes for these frameworks need some more RAM, but if it's a little bit slow, it's not the end of the world.
Just like,
Did we deploy?
let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
I guess there's more steps, maybe.
Oh yeah, what do you want to? It's called Breakfast Quest.
I don't like it. I want to call it Who's Breakfast.
Do you want to call it Who's Breakfast?
I like the breakfast, like, reference. Like, even
In the future, do you want this to be other things like dinner?
I do, but I still like the breakfast as like a name, unless you have a better idea.
I don't. No better. Let's go. Let's keep moving forward.
What's this?
I would just leave it empty. I don't. I feel like I shouldn't have to know about this.
What is any of this?
also wouldn't worry about it.
Do I just hit the button?
Yeah, hit deploy and let it eat into your cash reserves.
I'm excited.
No, it's great. It's magical, of course.
Not sure where your data went. Okay, cool.
This is after all the memes of Lerplet eating your data.
So if we were not building this in Replit, what changes in this process?
We would have to find a way to deploy it. There's a few options, um, but maybe it's the simpler ones. Are there's companies like Vercel and some others that allow you to kind of share a Git repo or some code, zipped code, and they'll just take care of the rest based on the type of project you have and what have you. Create a get a domain for you.
I have used Vercel without knowing what I was doing.
Yeah, there you go. Vercel. That's yeah. And then Vercel, I think you could look at Vercel alternatives to kind of get a sense of where maybe the industry is at.
Analytics. Interesting.
Netlify is the other one. Heroku used to be a pretty popular destination. I don't know whether like the cool kids don't talk about Heroku anymore, but it was massively popular at some point. Yeah, Netlify comes to mind. I woke up early today because I thought I was gonna go to the gym in the morning. Like I woke up at like 6:30, 7, 8. Because I thought I would
That's
still wake up.
three different times that you
No,
listed.
you don't understand. You set an alarm and you wake up and you go,
Oh, okay.
am I really going to is this real?
You're a
Is this really
snoozer.
happening? And then I woke up at 8, but then I was like, oh, am I really going? Am I really going? Because it's a gym. It's because you have to get up. It's Saturday morning. And then I end up leaving my apartment at like 10 a.m. So I'm like, what am I doing with my life? I gotta go.
It's the weekend.
But it's also the first time I've been to the gym during morning time in all of my kind of gym restart sessions. So it's like a hill you have to cross. And so
I don't think I've ever been to the gym in the morning.
yeah, because even when I was going regularly like 10 years ago, it was always after work or like during lunch. So, but I'm considering kind of potentially, but sometimes I will wake up pretty early. Like I'll wake up at 6 and I'll do nothing with it. Like I'll just be like, oh, whatever. Just I'll be groggy till like, or maybe I'll just start work early. And so that's definitely just the idea of like leaving and going somewhere is such a drag.
I like running in the morning because I feel like it starts my day off. Like it sets the tone for the rest of my day quite a bit. So
Interesting.
on the days that I don't run, I often do like a light workout.
I don't like it.
To do that.
I don't like it.
it.
I guess you're one of those.
What part?
Because I think you're one of those people that get energized by workouts or running. I'm like, if I ran in the first thing, I feel like I'd be exhausted for the rest. That'd be the end of my day. You know.
You come back and you have a coffee and you. It's like
I see.
like a ritual. Something happened here. I don't know what. Failing health checks.
So we might have to give it an explicit run command, even though it said it was optional. I'm kind of surprised by this because It's fairly standard. But okay, no worries. Can we go back to? Can you click on redeploy? Because I want to see what options are available to us.
Where? Oh, here.
Just sense it. Just give yourself some time to sense. It's in two places on the page. Yep, there and then on the top right as well. Yeah. Nothing happens?
Nothing.
Oh,
happens.
this is it. It just goes here?
I guess this is it. Yeah.
What happens if you click on top right? Same thing? Could not find run command. So there is an issue with, so I guess now we have to go to settings, which is where probably it is. And let's see. Change deployment type. It doesn't make sense, but let's click on it just in case. No. Wait, oh. Can we just delete the deployment?
I guess.
No, I think this is cancel. Like, we just want to add the run. We want to change the run statement, bro.
What were?
I could have sworn I should be able to go into resources. No, this is just debug with agent, I guess. Let's use your credits.
Oh, that's convenient. I guess.
I think it should have already known like what to do, because in package.json it should be very clear. Like it should be like, npm start or something. When do you eat dinner, Mary? Are you like a standard human? I know before your diet changed massively during the braces, and you went very kind of unscheduled.
Yeah. Before that, I don't actually eat dinner. Like I usually eat like a larger lunch / early afternoon lunch. And
So when does that happen?
sometime between 12 to 3.
So you don't eat dinner,
Don't
but then do you
sometimes
snack?
I do snack. Well, before the braces situation, I used to snack quite a bit. I would call myself like a grazer. Like I usually graze on things throughout the day, but now I can't graze anymore. So
You know what I find interesting was
when do
for
you
for
eat
our
dinner?
goal. It's not. There's no set time for my eating, unfortunately. I'm hungry right now. So when I came back from my long walk earlier, I uh, I uh, I made myself a protein shake, and that's all I had prior to this. And then I got on here, and so now I'm
Order
feeling
some
hunger.
dinner.
Pardon me?
You should order some dinner. Not
Yeah.
like we're doing anything.
When I'm looking here on this window, I have DoorDash open. Just
Okay.
FYI, because. And I was gonna say, kind of one of our initial goals in Notion was like to code and do friendship, but I feel like when we're using AI, there's so much more opportunity to just chat
That's true.
while you're waiting. It's
That's
just like,
great.
what do we have to do? Be friends now in between when we wait for the AI to figure it out?
I mean, we're certainly not building friendship with AI.
I was gonna say this is not what I signed up for, but this is exactly what I signed up for. It turns out, because it's documented. So I can't say that, but I guess it is what we signed up for.
It's funny. Yeah, it's like it's the first bullet point. I think. let me check. Since we're not doing anything, let me check.
Honestly, feels it shouldn't take this long to fix this issue. Like this is not like.
Yeah, what is it doing?
It's not trying to figure out like how to solve cancer. Just be faster, bro. Like you got it. This is a very.
It keeps saying like perfect. I see the issue. I know what's going on. Trust me.
Yeah, I know what's going on, and it could. A machine should be able to solve this in seconds. Let me take a good 5 minutes so you guys can be friends.
So it's let's see. Friendship. First bullet point.
Okay, can we review this in
Sure.
in the time of AI? You know, like showcase the product development process from multiple perspectives. Are we doing that even anymore with AI? Are we just we're just vibing now?
I feel like the vibing is like it's way more implicit.
You mean the process? But I feel like it
Yeah.
just removes the engineering. It
That's
removes
true, yeah. It removes
like
the division, I guess.
yeah.
What do you
Explore new technology. Yeah, we're doing that. Yeah. And note how now all of these are in conflict. Not all, but some of these are in conflict now, right? Because
Yeah, it's funny.
it's okay to have concurrent projects. Nailed it. Nailed it. Take breaks as needed. Did not nail that actually. I mean, we've increased the pace and decreased the pace, right? But we haven't taken a full break just yet. Be weird and authentic. Well, we've been weird. So
Not sure about
50
the authentic part.
authentic. Yeah, what does that mean? What is that? I think this is the I guess the ongoing discussion we have on authenticity. And I really do need to see whether my authenticity framework is documented somewhere by someone else. Like in a proper studied manner. Because I actually recently I read a book today. I listened to a book today called I'm sorry, I'm looking it up because I don't.
I was gonna
It's
ask,
called the
you listened to a whole book
yeah.
in a day? Okay, interesting.
I started listening to some of it yesterday, but it wasn't that long, and then I got stuck in traffic today. So at the gym I was listening to it, and then I got stuck in traffic, back and forth, and so, and typically when I'm listening to a new book, I'll start off at one speed, and when I'm more comfortable with the pacing and the reader's sense of it, I'll go to 1.2, and then eventually 1.8. It's the same error, bro. Sorry, I don't know why I'm yelling at you, but it's like actually nothing changed. We spent 8 minutes doing friendship, and what did it get us?
Like, what the heck? It's not working as expected.
But also, like someone at Replit, bro, like I'm sorry I missed the run field. Can I edit it? You know? Can I please go back and edit it without having to beg your AI? Is that possible?
Where would that
Like,
be?
and I would assume in the redeploy somewhere. Like I think it's there somewhere, but maybe we're edit commands. Sorry, in secrets. Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Is it?
Here I'm ranting about it, and the button's right there. So it's the run command up there, and let's go in the code. We do have to go to the code for this. There's a package.json file, which we'll need to look for. So you might have to give it both the build command and the run command. Or maybe just the run command, depending on it.
Where would
Um, yeah, search as your friend. Oh my god. What?
what are you seeing? Like what?
Sorry, like it's unclear to me whether AI created this problem. So typically in a default Nuxt app, when you create a new one, it has like in the script section, typically you have something for like build and start and preview and all of that. That's not available here, which is mildly shocking to me. Let's go back into the agent and just tell it, please add scripts for build and run. In package that. Oh, that's fine.
Oh, no.
That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Let's see. Let's see if it figures that out.
Okay.
Yeah, it figured it out. It's fine. It should be fine.
Oh, it can't. Or something. Okay.
The packager tool? Okay, great. So let's just review here. So it didn't add run, it added start. That's fine. Okay, so in the build command, you'll add npm run build. So npm space run space build. And in the run command, we'll add npm run start. And I'm hoping that it will be smart enough to determine the port and everything, but scanning here, oh, there's a port configuration. So let's click that drop down, this port configuration there. Honestly, how's anyone who wants to deploy an app supposed to figure this out, folks? Like, Replit, come on.
What is any of this?
It's so servers, when they run, they respond to an IP and a port combination in order to get a request. So we have to define that. Usually when a program runs, like a server runs, it listens to a port. Listens for requests on an IP and a port combination on any given machine. That probably means nothing. Like it's just how computers communicate. There's like, let's say there's like each computer kind of has a network card.
Okay.
Or like a Wi-Fi card. Let's just say now.
Oh, okay.
And let's say there's slots on the Wi-Fi card. This is not what's happening. I just want to, and your server that you run has to choose a slot from the network or the Wi-Fi to send the information. That is the port, and IP address is kind of a slot through the network where it can send the information or receive it. Receive information, really. So I just need to see here. I'm unsure precisely your external port configuration, your deployment expects business. This is very unclear to me. Oh, here, sorry, ports, networking. Okay, this should be fine, I think, because it's doing 5,000 to. Oh, what happened?
I clicked this.
Oh, okay. Oh, while I was reading very critical information, Mary. That's fine.
Why is this green? Just
because I think I'm not sure. I think it's that's correct though, because our server will run on port 5,000, but from an external point of view, it's going to respond to port 80, which is the default HTTP response. So this should work, I think. Let's try and deploy and see what happens. And if it fails, we'll know to start debugging something.
All right, more friendship.
So the book I was listening to is called "The Body Is Not an Apology: The Power of Radical Self-Love," um, and a chunk of it is precisely around this idea of being authentic.
All right,
Um,
this will increase it.
oh wow,
That's
wow! What a commitment! I'm
We're so
impressed.
close.
I'm impressed.
This is how they.
$20?
This is how they get you.
Well, no, this is how we get them. The sales team is gonna pony up. You know, $20.
Okay. What happened now?
Can we retry? Is that all we need to do?
I guess. Okay, you tell your story.
And a lot of it is just one of the central themes is around being more authentic, um, by either. Uh, well, I guess I'm not going to describe it that properly, but a lot of it is around like body image,
Hmm.
and so how you sort of represent yourself. But it's not just related to body image. It could be anything about ideas, your authentic kind of self, which is also it's a great read. I enjoyed it, or great listen. It's read by the author, um, and how sort of these systems by default that we're in, whether it's like the patriarchy or capitalism or whatever, historically, if it was slavery, whatever the case may be, pre sort of program you to behave in certain ways, in the system. And so you're not all of your thoughts are your own, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are sort of pre-programmed into you by your environment. And therefore, sort of getting to your authentic self means kind of dealing with those. That's kind of one thought. But then also, uh, not being your authentic self in certain areas and how that prevents you from um, achieving a better sense of self or alignment with the world. Which, a lot of what the book says, like majority, I overwhelmingly agree with. It's just I think I like my personal framework of authenticity better, which I don't think, which I haven't come across another person who agrees with it.
The thing is,
So
like, what, like, even when, like, you are pre-programmed by your surroundings or like how you grow up or whatever, I feel like that doesn't take away like the responsibility of what to do with that. Like,
yeah, that's what the book says that as well. It's like that's you do have to sort of um, you do have to deal with it though if you do want to achieve a level of authenticity as well.
all right, man, I need help. What is happening?
Build complete system, but deploy failure to initialize during runtime. Port configuration mismatch. So it's a port configuration mismatch. Ah, okay, there it is. Scroll down, please. Sorry, just scroll down. Okay, okay. 5080 seems correct. I don't know what the issue is there. Um,
It's also a CSS issue.
sorry, I'm just I was reading something and everything realigned. Sorry, if you could scroll down, please. Yeah, I think we could take it step by step. Let's do step 3 first, which is, yeah, and remove the port equals in the start.
Yes.
Yeah. And we can also remove it from the dev part as well. The dash dash port 5000. Yeah. And let's try again to deploy just with this one change.
What prompted you to read that book that you mentioned?
Recommended by a friend. So, and I've kind of been trying to get into reading or listening again in a way. So I was like, ah, why not?
Is audiobook preferred method of reading,
It's
or
it's highly accessible. I think reading is preferred, but my doom scrolling brain just is not. I need to retrain,
mm.
and that takes more effort than listening. What is your preferred method? Audio or
I
old
have
school?
I have different preferences for different things I'm reading. Ooh, ooh. Sorry.
N-
The
Nailed it.
screen
First try.
flashed green. Yeah.
It
Is
still
this
says
a
error.
wait?
Well, it says error on the top right, um, but it's unclear to me.
Uh, but it says deploy. Let me
Well, if it
try.
does say deployed, then it gives us a reason to test the. Let's copy the domain and open it in a new tab.
Ta-da!
Okay, we did it. First try. Didn't even didn't even have. Let's. Interesting that it um moved your games over.
Yeah, it kept off it for some reason.
Can you send me the link, please?
Yes. Wait. Where do you want it? The secret
In our
chat.
secret chat area. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't try the incognito thing.
Well, I
Is
guess
that
I'm
what
gonna
you were
get.
doing?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get a taste of it now.
No, I see all the games.
Yeah, yeah. So, I do like what Claude did for me. It was not in like I didn't explicitly give it that instruction. It just did it.
Hmm.
But I don't think it's necessary. I think this is actually very fine. No big deal. Um, because this is good enough for us
To
to
use it.
share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Um, cool. The only thing we're taking away here that happens in the natural flow is people get to see who guessed what while they're guessing.
So I thought about that in my scope creep thinking of
Hmm.
like having like a control here as like I guess submission visibility or
Yeah,
something.
sure.
But I was like, no, like maybe
Yeah,
we.
yeah. That you made the right decision at that time, of course, because I feel like we got a lot of the other important points. I do think that, like, but even when playing it in sort of the fluid manner that we did, I kind of didn't want other people to know
Yeah.
what my guesses were be influenced. At the same time, it did add a dynamic to the discussion. So I'd be curious to see how this plays out, and
Yeah,
how
we can
people feel
get
about
feedback.
the alteration. Yeah, and then
Cool.
and then we can
Wait, can we record it? the
record what.
whenever we do use this for reals.
It's up to you. I don't know why we wouldn't be able to.
Oh yeah, I guess
Like
I could.
it might be there's multiple phases here. So obviously the revelation can be recorded because that's like is going to happen in a meeting environment. But the other use case is like, who's the host? Is it you hosting for them? Because technically the host doesn't even have to play at all or guess at all or whatever the case may be. So is the expectation that you're kind of creating the game and moving the stages, or are you handing it off entirely uh, to someone? So that's up to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Oh, one thing I didn't show is that you can also delete a game.
Oh, very nice. Very
It,
nice. So
it
it,
has like a confirmation thing, which I did
yeah,
not
yeah.
write, and then you just delete it.
No, that's wonderful. Yeah,
Cool.
super cool.
All
So it
right.
took us
Because
a total of 1 2.5 plus 2.5 here, let's say.
yeah.
So 5 hours plus maybe the four-ish. I want to count even the gaps. So four,
What?
so like eight.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Sure.
8 to 10 hours. Let's say
Yeah.
it's not bad. I would say, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Cool. I'm excited for like other possibilities, other stuff.
Yeah, I well, what I want to see now is,
Cocoon.
yeah, you doing all the work for Cocoon. That's what I'm a spectator.
Oh my god.
Like,
The commentary guy.
yeah, exactly. I'm just like, what is that prompt? What is this feature? Who asked for this? what is
Me.
Where is
Me.
your evidence? Yeah, exactly. I know. That's but yeah, I'm curious to see how that dynamic is. But again, um it's what I wanted originally, remember? So I like the turn this has taken. I'm very pleased with just
Wait,
the
was this
essence
your
of
agenda this whole time?
no, but I love how I had a goal. It got denied, and then just through the power of emergence in AI, like, um, I mean, I wanted, but I think it's close enough to be honest. Like, if what one of our coworkers said is true, this is coding, with just a little bit more, you know. We'll see. I'll let you decide after you have become a lot more familiar with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and are building web interfaces by hand, and then you could come back and look at this experience and say you could be the judge to see whether this is coding or not. I think this is like almost coding, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely learning the like I don't know if you remember, but like when we first started this, one of the things that was I'm not a very public person, so I was like
Mm.
streaming. That's kind of, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah, of course.
what I really wanted was is really to like learn like the thinking process of like building a product, coding a solution, and I
Yeah,
like even though when I'm not coding on this, I definitely feel like I'm learning that, which is cool.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That was my goal for that initial thing as well. It's like not only do you have to learn to code, but also like because I think the coding actually forces you to really internalize certain aspects. Um, Whereas other things are still kind of just one level off, one level away. But this is coding. I said almost coding, but I think it is coding. It's just a different style. So I don't say almost. It is coding, but it has some like pros and cons. But this is like picking any other language does. This is just not as precise, I would say. Because when you type in a line of code
Yeah,
in like another language, it does that line. Like it's just there's no ambiguity. Whereas when you type in something here,
it's like coding with wildcards.
yeah, but I think that's part of the That's the language. That's one of the quirks of the language you've chosen to code this in. So yeah, I think it is coding. Okay, well, with that, I'm gonna go and try and get some food, and
Cool.
you're just gonna do the adult thing and go to sleep, I guess, because you're responsible and have
We'll
things to
see.
do with
We'll
your
see.
life. You're gonna code. I know it. I know it. You can't help it. You're gonna vibe. She's gonna be
I might
vibing all
not
night.
vibe. I
You
might
might not. Okay,
do
yeah.
non-vibe coding. We'll see.
Okay. Oh really? Oh wow. All
I have
right.
homework.
It's
I've been
true.
given
You did.
I've been given homework from my
D-
coding instructor.
do you know what it was?
Wait, did you forget?
I
It
don't know
was
what you're talking about. How would I forget if this is between you and your coding instructor? I'm sorry.
it was what was it? It was the weather app, the HTML and CSS.
Oh yeah, HTML, CSS, and design it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, no, that's exciting. Okay, yeah. So with that, we'll see you next time at a random time, undecided, unknown. And if that doesn't happen, then I will be back Friday without Mary, and I might continue to vibe. Let's see. Not sure yet.
Cool.
Um, we'll. All right. Time to go home. Let's go home, everyone.
Bye. Thanks for vibing.